get right to the recording. Oh yeah, here we are. Monstrum, gotta love it. And I just did some hue shifting just to bring some differences to the world, because things just feel purple for me. Yeah. Adjust the field of view and get it all taken care of. So it's been a couple months since the most recent Monstrum stream. And the main new thing, did I do it on stream with that before? Like the extra mini raft deck? I think so. Yeah, I think there's a whole stream about it. But then there's like the semi-implemented Sparky monster. But we'll see how exactly it comes into play. It's not quite as one may think if they are not familiar with stuff. If they even know what Sparky's all about. A prototype monster that pretty much morphed into what became the Brute, anyway. So here we are. Gonna spawn in either deck 3 or 4 because of the mods that you can have like a deck 4 in this crew area, as I classify it, with not the most expert of ship knowledge. Bow, port, bow, stern, some of those terms. I'm trying to get in a good position to where I'm not bumping into so much junk. Maybe do some audio checking right here. Bumping into bumpa-dumpa. Got the dumpy. Gonna make an immediate left turn over here. Check the stairs. Is there even our stairs? Oh, yeah. Okay, so it is deck 3. Our usual one, I was about to say, because it's a little bit more complicated. So we got fuse, spool, and anything else that may lie around there. So let me go ahead and get that marking down, because I have my little notepad. That'll be fuse, spool. Get her going. Take a turn around here, just to try to get as much as we can before monsters spawn in. How the heck is it going to happen with the Sparky situation? Gonna have to see about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with what I usually know. All the monsters plus a random, but it's kind of an interesting situation. Got broken room, pump, and compass. Pump and circumpass stance or something. If you wanna make puns out of it. Stairs there. Pretty much the last area of exploration, of course, with walkies and everything. Got a radio here. I could probably just boop that into place. Be a little strategic with it. I'm just gonna, oh yeah, just an exchanger out there too. Helps you a little bit. Just double checking, make sure there's good stuff. Splatoon, and all that. And anybody that may show up, remember you can use exclamation RGB or colors, all those various words that can trigger the same command for how to suggest custom colors. Basically just be like, give me 3 numbers between 0 and 255, and I'll implement them to be used. Fiend is already chilling over there. Being chilling at that. Kinda, I don't know, yeah, I think he's going the other way, but I'm gonna go ahead and mark this as done. Aside from the stuff I still need to do. Going my way? Yeah, it's going that way. But it's still kind of close for comfort. Make a turn. I just want to try to... Oh, there we go. Believe it or not, that right there is Sparky, not the Brute. The white color. Yeah, of course, it's like kind of modeled over a Brute, but yeah, I can still have Brutes in the deal as well. We're just going to have to see how it fully comes into play. Hope I didn't screw myself over. Just by booping a little bit. And yeah, here comes the Hunter as well. The whole gang is here. So yeah. You can tell it's Sparky because of the white headlamp. I mean, of course, you can make the Brute be the same way. I'm not sure what color setup for numbers would give you that level of white. And of course, there's the intensity situation that you can apply to it as well, but with our current setup, the Brute will have a different headlamp color, and it will have a headlamp in general. Oh man, I don't know why I'm getting so accentuated. I'm going to kick his ass. Or something. Kind of showing the world the way I'm sitting. Let me do that. Even though it's a little bit blooped away. There we go. Make the little bit compensation. I could get the Elgato green screen or something that can compensate well enough that's well spread out. And maybe just get some better lighting. Just to not be so fuzzy, but hey, it's good enough to deal with. Let's just say I'm like kind of along this purple, Listerine-y, Fago-y, purple drank ocean. While I wait for everybody, I don't even know if they like broke into that room. I just booped it a little bit, made the 100 spawn, so there's at least one monster aggroed that way. I just don't know if they broke into the room. It would be nice to have a second walkie-talkie instead of just doing like a boop boop sound like that. Kind of just chilling here at the start of the stream, waiting for the storm to pass. And the Sparky, so to speak, kind of does affect the lights, but it's a bit more like within being in chase mode. And the circumstances regarding chasing are a little bit different than you may expect. Like, if he sees you, he doesn't immediately chase you. He's kind of got like an aggro timer. Kind of see how that comes into play. Alright, we've got the broken room and the compass. So I'm just gonna get in here and mark things differently. Broken room, get rid of the pump, but radio dash compass just so I can mark it properly. Then we're for sure done otherwise. And there's an option you can do with the compass if I were to grab it, but I'm not going to right now. It actually points to the nearest monster. I mean, there's like options where it shows positioning to the nearest monster. Alright, see? We got the Sparky there, even though we kind of got the Hunter being a problem as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for that. So how the Sparky's light was slowly turning red, it kind of just has an aggro timer where it gets all red and it's like, hey, I angry, I gonna chase you. And it could be a little strange being in hiding spots too, I'm not fully sure. Let's see if stuff kicks into play here. It's kind of in a bit of an idle state here, and of course I'm safe, even if it looks like I'm out in the open. Standard Monstrum fare anyway. Just due to how this game works, I still count as in a hiding place. So the Fiend is close enough, so I'm pretty sure it was it that was messing with the lights, and it's usually the Sparky being in a chase state that would make it go fully dark instead of just flashy. As I've kind of stated, and I'm just now reinstating and restating in general. Man, I was like a weird little, not quite an ulcer, but like a little bruisey sore in the corner of my mouth. It's like kind of triggered by chewing it. I mean, yeah, I was like eating something one day and I did bite my gum there, so I'm sure that's what cannubulated it. I'm just gonna run, even if we're in chase mode. But yeah, you might kind of tell that I'm a little bit sick. I mean, I'm kind of in the end stages of it. That's why I haven't really streamed in the past week ever since beating Metroid Dread. I mean, it's kind of an expected break anyway. You beat a game, then you take it easy. And I'm kind of still taking it easy, so to speak, here with Monstrum. Is it already close? Is it a second hunter? Because it still has that situation. So I'm essentially dealing with 5 monsters, my usual 4 with the 1 of each regular, plus a random for an extra. But now we, of course, have Sparky in the mix, so that counts as one of them. And of course, they could randomize to be a 2 of them situation, the way I set my numbers up. But the Sparky isn't exactly as aggro of a monster compared to the others. I mean, yeah, obviously if you go out of your way to trigger it quite a bit, it can be a problem. But the way I've been playing a little bit recently, messing around with stuff. Just, you know, seasonal Monstrum playing, I guess you could say it is, for the way I do it. Sparky hasn't been too much of a problem. Not that I've been too victorious in many of my playthroughs, or even at all. Haven't really had a super successful on-stream one of my mod setup and trying to do 100%, so to speak. Prepare all the escapes! I had the feeling that was gonna happen. Prepare all escapes and la-di-da, la-di-da-di-da, and engine room. Which I haven't even really touched the engine room in my recent playing. And I don't know if it was on stream recently. Yeah, I think there was a whole deal I made about it. It was like, whoa, what's going on? All these extra rooms, and it's hard to figure out how exactly the numbers are castupulating. Yeah, makes sense with words. Okay, nothing too crazy there. I just finally got the Discord notification at least. Clear that away. I'm not going to change the numbers around so much right now. So obviously I'm going to have to reset my notes pad thing here on Notepad, monstrumnotes.txt. And I'm a little concerned because since then, actually I've done a stream element switchover anyway, at least the most recent Metroid Dread stream. But it seems like Just me trying to use my bot account, which I'm sure it could detect it as such anyway. Like me trying to type a command doesn't seem to be triggering commands, only my actual self, TryclydeTamer. I don't know. Attempt to see how it's coming into play. Alright, let's get to work. Haven't cleared my stuff yet on my text pad. But I got a glow stick here. I currently have glow sticks set to random, like this right here isn't necessarily like what I have the numbers set up to be. So, I mean, I could disable that feature if people suggest a specific glow stick type of color. No, I'm going to give that room another once over because I don't feel fully confident. I have diverse items on, but not spawn items anywhere, so regular item spawning locations, but a bit more diverse than what it could be. Like, I don't know, let's say welding kit is not very rare or very common in there, even though it kind of is. It could be a bit more switched up to be able to show up more often than one would expect, I guess. Chain spool is kind of common around here anyway. But something that probably wouldn't show up. Helicopter keys, I guess, could be like that. Even though it hasn't really felt like that way too much. There's just the extra items in the pool, as they say. Welcome to our ool. Notice how there's no letter pay in it. I gotta pay. Okay, yeah, that way was just crazy. Let's call that hallway done. The fiend is a bit more behind me and might chase me. No, surprise not. I'm gonna drop that. So it is indeed a deck 3. So I'll just say spawn long hall done. But I gotta get a bit more of the hall otherwise. But we kind of have a fiend problem right there. And anything else that might show up within vicinity. See, slightly different stuff. Keep on thinking the Steam is the white light of the so-called Sparky. Alright. Well, it's above me. The fiend. Just transcending through. I got a cup of joe. Look at my dirty cup of joe. Or maybe it's just dirt from actual Joe. You want some Joe? Try to quote Polar Express, kind of. Not Express, not kind of. I'm sure there might be a yearly watch of that. I've seen it hop up. It's like on HBO Max. But who knows if I will. Kind of weird setup, like where we got this corner room. A corner office. But it's like this type of room that spawns into it. Alright, but the fiend's way down yonder. Surprisingly not. Obisilat. I'm surprised it wasn't coming around the bend. So that looks like it makes deck 2 done. I might have to give it a double check just to be sure, but I think it was just that corner office and the room that I cleared through kind of on autopilot. Alright. Down the deck 1 with me. Just be methodical about it. And listen if the hunter spawns around me. No corner office here. I don't know why I'm calling it that, but that's just how I do. Always have the extinguisher for safety. So we got fuse, flare, and flashlight. So let me mark that as such here on deck 1. Fuse, flare, flash. Boom, bada boom. Bim, bada boom. Boom, bada boom. Bim, bada boom. Okay. Alright, the brute could probably be problematic around that way. Alright, nothing really beyond that, so, ooh, yep, see the actual brute has a purple light. Just be careful with our waltzing around to not cause any hunter spawns. Don't have, like, any sort of aggressive hunter thing on. Put this into place. This can be set up, then I can mark deck 1 as done otherwise. In the sub room, this is its own different thing. Done. So deck 1, 2, and, well, almost 3 crew are done. I mean, we know there's that brute. But how should I handle it? I mean, it's chasing me already. At least we got it aggroed. I'm just gonna wait. I do have diverse monster sizes, so that's probably why he's having a little bit of trouble. You're aggro to me, so just pop on in, Brocco. Lorraine Brocco? No? It was it a double brute situation, so it's essentially, let's say 3. Now it's just a Sparky right there that I wouldn't even be worried about until it aggroes me. I don't even know like what its chase speed is once it gets into the super long chasey burst of it all. So, he a little messed up right there, so I'm gonna risk this. Hopefully the Fiend's not up here. Alright, I'm gonna do the double check I said I wanted to do over here. Alright, all good there. Wait for that. I think that brute might be a little stuck. Just gonna close that for safety. Do a good double check in here. Alright, yeah, should be good otherwise, so no real need for double checking. But, for the time being, we hide. And wait for the storm to pass. Something we could even do is an audio check. It's always so weird doing audio checks on Monstrum. It's kind of caught up there. Waiting. Yeah, let me try this. Hi. Chilling. Being chilling, as I say. Yeah, I was trying to type with my bot, see if like that would trigger the bot. The bot would trigger the bot with the chat bot. Maybe it's because it's the chat bot itself that has to say the words. I don't know. Doing it with the other service would be a little bit different. Maybe there's like a setting I don't have enabled, so that could imply viewers might not be able to actually trigger commands, so I guess I could just do it myself as needed, but I'll just have to see. Alright. Party's over. Get out of here, Sparky Fiendy. You and your light changing issues. Such issues with the changing of the lights in this festival of lights. Yay. That's some kind of Jewish Hanukkah song we sang back in middle school. It's 8th grade because I was in show choir then. Alright. It's like one of those songs where you sing a little bit and then there's like people that do spoken word parts to it. Waiting. Light the candles, let them glow. They remind us of waiting around for things to go. I need to play a little bit more risky in my Monstrum times, you think? Like, I'm around 850 hours by now, based on my Steam playtime, but a lot of it is doing stuff like this, just chilling. Or, you know, just having the game pause and the growing glitch happening. But we're on stream, we gotta have action, man. The man of action. Oh. I heard that. Alright, you got corners to round, so you should be able to get me. Corner, room. So, at least with some degrees of separation as there should be, but the music is strange. But it might be a little stuck, who knows. Oh yeah, there we go. It's not even in here right now. So we could just wait for you to despawn. So now it's going to pretty much spawn from there again, so if I want to beeline and run the same way out, likely, one could expect it to be such a way. He's still and about. Yeah, as I do some skin pulling on my fingers, you know, those little flaky bits you get on the tops of your fingers. He's chilling. The dude do be chilling, though. Clip, clop, clip, clop. He's like, huh, what do I do around here, huh? Think about it. You think about it? Alright. The main threat right now is the hunter, but he's probably in despawn-ish mode. I think I hear, like, very slight stomps. Obviously, it could be the Sparky as well. Have a little bit of chase speed buffing. It was the hunter that killed me before. Wait, I was about to say, like, where am I? Alright, I'm sure it's coming now. Problem. Okay. Whoa! So it looks like Sparky and Fiend over there. Don't let them get on my level. I'm gonna work back up to deck 3 and get this edge of it. But someone's around here as well. Oh, Astral Brute. Bigger problem. But I can at least get through here. You know what? I think I'll just pass through over yonder. Try to get to the other edge of the ship. Just trying to get a feel of the rhythm. Not too much of a feel. That's like the worst rhythm to get. It's like it's always making noise, but you gotta be careful of when it's actually gonna be safe and not just sit there and anticipate things being bad or good or any such way. Draw distance, making me think it could be fiend flashies or hunter splitchies based on the noise. Alright, do I want to travel through the cargo hold? I hardly ever touch this with a 10-foot Polish individual. Alright. I'm just gonna go through here a little bit. I want to get to the other side of the ship, as I said. Just drop a few things just to kind of indicate I've been around. And not get too close to the fiend, as it has been flashy about. Alright, they shouldn't really be around here. I mean, the hunter could be. Looks like we're only dealing with one of them, so nothing too bad with regards to terrain-based problems. The fiend around here. Fiendering about. Lingering. Bringling. I'm just gonna get up here. Deck 4 level. Do some coverage out yonder. Just passing through with my double extinguisher. None of which I've been used so far on the sprays. Deck 4. Do your methodical checking. Nothing so far. Way out. No rooms. Gotta get to a certain point. Just make sure it's not way into here. So absolutely nothing here on deck 4. And I know what's in my brain, so let me mark that as such. Done, skis, son. Just to make it absolutely clear. Like usually when I write done, it's like, what's the word? Contemporary, temporaneous, I don't know. Just a word that feels like it would fit. That hunter right here. That I heard it spawning. That was just the ship going kaboom. I'm not ready for the engine room quite yet. I mean, for one, I'm gonna need a fuse, and I kind of got it figured out recently that, like, the whole double raft deck situation, like one that's slightly different. Like, one of them is powered, one isn't. Speaking of power, the fiend is over yonder. I think we're good on this setup, so I can mark deck 3 engine as done. Done skis, son? No. We'll just climb up a little bit and methodically take care of other decks. In fact, I'm gonna go up to deck 6. Feels like, or always feels like this is one I don't really touch much unless I spawn here. Okay, just be careful of cameras. We're in the rec room now. It's like our frames are dropping, not stream-wise, but just game-wise. Maybe it's time for a graphics card upgrade, or maybe it's just on account of Sparky, Fiend, multiple monsters. I don't know what to do. No, I do. As that yodeling kid would be like. Yodelers be like. Right. Why does it feel like there should be a bathroom? It's the way it was like kind of looping around to be. But it's not. Looks like this isn't a very big deck 6 here. I mean, there's that whole little corner just to make sure. Give it a decent listen. So, fuse, battery. Got a range of that. Yeah, we got a whole corner of everything around here. A coupe. Give me the coupe. That's always so weird grabbing things around there. Double check. Check a Rooski. Get some investigation on who these people could be. Probably real people doing real things in the real world. How interesting that the fiend could be entering our presence without much announcement. That's a bit more visual based in most conditions. Yeah, let's say fuse battery. Rest of long haul done. Nice of you to join us, Monsieur Lafiende. Are we already almost a half hour into this? At least on recording. I mean, 31 minutes on the stream in general. So I could drink water after the toothbrushing situation. Like, I spat out my mouthwash and I came here to get stuff ready and I didn't actually rinse out my mouth with water, so I just dealing with drool sitting there in the mouth. Not that you need to know. So anyway, yeah, about my sickness, there could be coughing, and it could very well involve having to displace some mucus. So pardon me if I have to use a napkin for such a thing. I could be taking nighttime severe right now just to knock things out of me and help me sleep a little bit better, but I'll wait till after the stream just so it can kick in while I'm starting to sleep and help me better through the night. Alright, try to get some visuals around here because I don't have a flashlight or anything because I hardly ever use it for the fiend. Just watching the flashing lights. Flashing lights, loud sounds, and Knuckles constantly reminding me that I gotta beat that game. Oh, he's back around. I thought it was solid for a good moment. I hear ever so slight rumbling and opening of doors elsewhere. But oh well. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, yeah, here's something I could do. The volume mixer is open. Let's get it closed. Back to the game. Even though it could, excuse me, very well up my volume, even though chase music could still be a little bit loud. It's I'm on 15 for the game right now. I can bring it up to 20. Wouldn't hurt if I can get a hold of it. That volume slider. Just for some good balance, sometimes it's kind of hard to hear the game. Especially if I'm constantly talking, so I'll just be quiet. For those couple seconds. Haha. No more, no less. Hello. Sparky's I hate your door. I'm gonna bust your door. Maybe it's a Sparky thing. He always busts down doors no matter what. Nah. I don't know. I'm not fully sure about the programming that goes into it. It's I'm sure it's kind of based on certain things in other horror games, where you can see a monster but don't aggro it way too much, or else it'll completely juggernaut its way towards you. I'm the Joker, not baby. Scratching my nose. I'm surprised it doesn't feel very dry after all the nose blowing, and of course the Kleenexes I've been using haven't really been a more lotiony kind. They've just kind of been as they are. But if my nose is dry, I do aloe vera. Help a little bit. Alright. Nashville Brute is going that way. But I'm not going to turn back around. But I'm not sure about the Sparky situation, though. Gonna risk going this way, especially with regards to spawning a hunter and a third extinguisher. I have cups so I can trigger hunter sacks to make sure. Well, let me make sure the brute's not coming that way. Alright, well, I don't gotta worry about anything right here. Hi, Mr. Toilet. Not that you were really a problem. I'm kind of, on a tossing situation. Whereas I didn't drop my extinguisher. I was holding my right click the whole time when I was thinking about throwing a cup. Just being glib about it, I guess. I'm gonna try the bot again over here with a little bit of RGB. And it's not doing the stuff. But I don't know. If someone else were around, they could try to do a command. In fact, they could do exclamation command. Because that itself is a command. Rawr. Oh yeah, there's world. I gotta say, I haven't really done much in the way of actual stream upgrades for a while. Here's something interesting. At some point I thought I sold my previous capture card, Elgato HD60S, because I currently have the S Plus, but I do still have my S. I was holding onto it for a while this one, well, I'm not using it right now, but for console stuff. Just make sure it's running well. And yeah, it does run well. I mean, it does occasionally freeze out on me, so that could be a little bit of a problem. But that's probably a known issue. So, what's the big idea? It's airline food. Sparky's still around. We're just chilling in the bathroom. Got a little bit of a cleansing to do. I hear a camera. Is that like above me? Or is it like around here? And not so immediately around. Yeah, the very prominent hunter music. It kind of feels like regular colors. I mean, just a little bit of a blue tinge to it all. Or even like adjacent to darkness. As if we were on dark ship. No, we're not in a dark area. I mean, it's a dark area, as in it would need to be powered up. Just not colors that make it seem poignantly dark. You moited him. Hello, Skylar the Pot Robot. If you are interested, because I was kind of thinking about this with myself, try one of the commands. Just do like exclamation RGB, if you wouldn't mind. Oh, you're Nick? Okay, yeah, I do remember that name. So, you're kind of... Okay, yeah. So you do trigger the bot. I was kind of worried because, like, my TryclydeTamer bot account actually using typing into it, like, wasn't working. So I was thinking that only I was able to use commands, but after my switch over. But you've triggered that, so it seems to be fine. And I kind of cleaned up the command I had because it seemed kind of confusing and got a little bit messy with the switch over to stream elements, so I kind of just changed up the wording. Made it a bit more casual, not so specific. Like, yeah, you could just be like, hey, yo, do these color numbers. Alright. Getting a little bit of throat tingle. Not quite sickness level, it's just talking level. I'm well covered over here. I'm just gonna do a once over. Another flashing, another flushing. Flushy, flashy, flushing. There we go. That's a productive one. It's no use. Take this. What monster do I have? Yes. So yeah, you may remember from previous streams that I do the whole mod situation of one of each, plus one random, plus, with the new stuff going on, Sparky. Which that could be contributing to some of the stomping here right now. I'm gonna chill right here while the Fiend seems a little bit at large. Why not 10 brutes? I mean, I could. Maybe, depending on how this particular run goes, I could just give it a brief try. Because I hardly ever do more crazy runs like that. Like a bunch of one particular monster. Or I could do like 10 randoms. But you never know. 100 hunters, yeah. I'm not trying to murder my poor GTX 1080 and give a run for the money on my R7. How's it work? R8. Either way, Ryzen 7 2700X. How am I? Pretty well. I mean, as you might have been able to tell, I'm a little bit sick in the bit more late stages of it. But dealing pretty well. Hoping to get a solid sleep tonight after taking some nighttime cold medicine. It's no big deal. Like, it's pretty much just, mainly a sinus infection. I mean, it could be a mild cold, the way it came to be, like it started. Mostly sinus stuff with nose pressure and everything. Like, there wasn't really much sore throat or anything. I mean, my voice just got hoarse because of limited stuff. What if every time a monster saw you, it spawned another one? It's kind of what settings are like, but not necessarily in that particular style. Like, time-based monster spawning to encourage speedrunning, as the mods already are, but yeah. Would be pretty fun. I mean, yeah, with how slow I kind of play sometimes, that would be even worse for me. I mean, it's not like I always get seen by monsters. I mean, it's kind of inevitable, especially if you have a lot coming your way. I hate the hunter. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I died to it earlier. Just as a brief getting started thing. Alright, so I think that's the last thing I need to do. At least you're on deck 6. Let me just squeeze that away. Just that power locker room. And any such associations. Yeah. Alright. You prefer the Fiend over the Hunter? Yep. I've kind of gave opinions on monsters before, but I always like to reiterate. I do find the Hunter the scariest, only because it's like the one that could be most realistic, like more alien or sea creature style, while the Brute being a bit more of a abomination and the Fiend being more ghostly could be a bit more out there. And, you know, just the wibbly-wobblies of the Hunter. I mean, it looks kind of funny, but funnily unsettling. Making some noise. Look at all these extinguishers I have. I'm a little bit set with protection, but actually that's the thing about Sparky. Like, when it's in full-on chase mode, I don't think the extinguisher works on it. Alright. I think for now I'm just going to drop these on a lower level, but not any extinguishers because they tend to break. But the Brute's kind of coming after me anyway. Ooh, let's turn around. I was about to say, like, I want to get this pulled up, just so I can see where I'm going down. Especially to do this, because I don't want to get all crunchy. Don't want to be a crunchy boy. Alright, the Fiend's standing down here with me, though. Gotta be careful about it. Just gonna dash forward. Purple headlight. It's so pretty. It's like part Fiend. It's like many dominant traits of the Brute being the Brute, but inherited the Fiend's eyes, so to speak. I know, I hear you over there, Mr. Hunter. Gonna drop that off. And of course that. Do the rounds over here. Squonking. Alright, the Hunter could very well come from right there. So let me be careful about it. Don't let it sneak up upon me. Green lights everywhere. Make things a little bit creepier. Yeah. Like a bit more of a pale aspect, kind of. Like almost ever so slightly different than what it usually is. It doesn't even feel that different. Alright, that's where that is. When I just like to clank these away regardless. Just to feel complete about it. Drop that off there. I could very well carry an extinguisher with me, but I have plenty of items to work with. And that's Sparky. Get out of range. Like, is it starting a chase, or is it just slowly building up the aggro? Either way, let's stay out of range. Oh, hi. I knew the Hunter was coming around. In some way. Sparky, Sparky. Alright, I'm gonna get over here. Into safety. Kind of a close situation. Especially with me doing that, but kind of in safe mode. I just like to mark that I have one spray used right there. Don't be switching. So yeah, that's pretty much how Sparky works right there. Like, it's not its own model, it's just it uses the bones of the Brute, which just has the white light and has like an aggro situation. Like, it doesn't immediately chase you, but the light goes more and more red, then it goes into all-out chase mode. I haven't messed around with it way too much to see how fully it works, but like, I'm not sure if it would really beeline to you in a hiding spot more aggressively than other monsters. But one thing that is the thing is that when it's chasing you, fire extinguishers don't really work as well. And here he comes right here with the white light. Reset the aggro. And of course it doesn't really have its own search music. It'd be pretty cool if that was a thing. That's a bit more heavy modding to do if you want to do custom music and stuff. Or, you know, custom modeling. Like people that mess around and get some kind of a mini car that you can ride on. And it sounds like the Fiend's coming to town as well. Woo! Well, well, well. Alright. They're all around me. All around me are familiar monsters here in Monstrum. Like a guitar I gotta strum. Even though it's my piano. I can put it on a guitar setting. Alright, I'm gonna try to be a little productive. Squeeze the door to a closed position. Grab what I can in here. Not that I need to worry about the notes at all. Am I close? Piano solo. Ocean Man. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? I think I'm kind of screwed now. Come on, I sprayed it, right? And I'm dead. Oh well. It's like my spray didn't reach it. He didn't like my piano solo, apparently. Alright, so now we can start with a clean slate. But, just to kind of mess around with it, he did a little suggestion of playing with 10 brutes. Hating on my solo. Let's open up mod settings. Number of... Here, how should I do it? Should I just do 10 brutes or 10 random monsters or a certain number of brutes or everything? I don't know. Preemptively, I'm going to put in certain numbers. And I could even change up the brute numbers, alright? I'm going to set at 10 brutes, and how about colors for brute instead of purple? I've already played a couple rounds. You want to see death? Then death you shall see. Oh, man. I think I'll just start with 10 brutes. Green. Yeah. Okay, I don't really study... Excuse me. RGB values too well, so I always, like, have trouble remembering. I mean, yeah. RGB, so I could just make this 0 to 55 0. But I could, like, do a little bit of a change up to where it's kind of a special green. Or is it such a long thing to scroll through? Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of ad-lib numbers a little bit. That number. That. Shrek Green. Have I played Hat in Time? I have not. I may have, like, very briefly played some sort of a demo, possibly, but I only say within the past couple years or so I bought the game. It's kind of like in a Steam sharing setting type of situation with a friend, but I never actually loaded it up. Then I bought the game for myself, but no, I haven't played it. It's one of many, many games on my backlog, though. The current game I'm trying to get beat is Psychonauts 2. I'm kind of in the later stages of that. Kind of just changing up my numbers here while I'm talking about it. And, oops, not that. So I'm about done with Psychonauts 2. I still need to go back and finish Hollow Knight. Yeah, I did hear about new DLC for Hat in Time. And all the numbers nice and well. That number. Yeah, I gotta go back and finish Hollow Knight, which, of course, as long as I've been away from playing that, it could be a sticky wicket with it being later in the game and have a lot of hard stuff to do. That could be in a stun lock of rage with difficulty. Because I do want to try to get 112%, so to speak, in my first run, or as close as I can get. Not fully sure if it is a possible thing. It could be like Undertale. But even so, you could, like, do True Pacifist in a first run, but still get your neutral stuff, and then go into True Pacifist as a follow-up. You've got all achievements in Monstrum. So do I, as of, like, 6 years ago. I mean, yeah. It's not really too many difficult achievements to get. I mean, yeah, it's like, if you're not way too experienced, there's all the combinations of monsters and escapes. I mean, there should be, like, more specific ones as well. The Hunter was the hardest. Like, see, I kind of consider the Hunter the easiest monster to go up against due to it, the whole spawning situation, like, where it's never particularly patrolling all the time, and you kind of know its presence, especially when it goes re. But yeah, it can come up against you, strangely. Ooh, in VR. I've been kind of in the back of my mind thinking about getting VR, but not necessarily a front and foremost thing. Alright. Objective survive as it is right now. Just look outside the room while you're hiding. Oh yes, that's probably something you can do. It's probably a little bit unoptimized. You'd probably be a little bit glitchy. Alright, here we go. We're spawning. Could be deck 3 or 4 due to the setup. I don't even know. I'm gonna bother clearing everything out. Just see if I can get as close to 100% as possible. Or I could just go for like a simple escape. See how long it can last at least. Yeah. Ship. Oh. Oh, you're just talking about that. That's just like how the GIF goes in general. It's like already kind of a 4 frame rate on it. Like you can see myself like moving rather normally, but that in comparison is just kind of its own thing. Just has some sort of movement. I mean, I probably could fashion up something, but why do that? When you can steal things from the internet. Checking everything seems to be clear on my list of objectives. So let's get to work, Mr. Squidward. That didn't change that much. How's this looking? Yeah. So much blue everywhere. Though it doesn't really feel that much different. Let's just get to work and see how it all goes. Oh, this is going to be extra fun because obviously I have a little bit faster movement speed on monsters as well with the chase speed buff. So, being against the fastest monster with that in effect, it's going to be fun. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to know when they spawn because I bet my frame rate's going to go phew, down to the toilet. Deck 3. And go. Overpowered steam. Everything's some sort of blue, even though I've made a things green for the brew, if I put the numbers in properly. And it looks like we're done with deck 3 already. Are they spawning? I was hearing noises. I think I'm done in deck 3. There was some kind of clumping sound, but it could just be the ship settling. You never know for sure. Did I actually? Yeah, I did. Because I closed out of the file. Like, did I even save the settings I had? I mean, yeah, things are different now. So I should know that much. I ought to know by now. Alright. Checking. Opening. Yeah. 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 Well. I heard a little bit of movement and I think my frames are suffering a little bit. Just a little bit. Check your corners and your blind spots. Hello. Surprised you didn't see me just from a slight corner. I could have just barely have been in the spot to where I'm be like, "Roar, I'ma chase you" mode. I might actually have a Sparky along the mix as well because on account of having it enabled. Like I didn't put a value for Sparky or anything, but just having it set to true might put at least 1. So I might have 10 brutes plus a Sparky. Sounds like an interesting adult video situation. A little bit of a spark game. Glad that didn't see me. Being approached in all corners. Sparky game, Sparky game, Sparky game. You don't like it? You don't like the fact that I'm playing on Steam? Haha. Alright. The cluster brute is going on. Woo! Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to get out here eventually. Watch my sprays. Alright. Get out of that. Of course, I can just, like, corral them around. BRB! Okay. He will be right back. I think I'll just do another quick run because this one didn't last very long. But yeah, see you when you get back. That was fun. BRB, RIP. New game. Music time. Yeah. That's like the piano jingle of death back in middle school. Even a little bit higher up. When we sing Seize the Day. For a very cringe concert. I don't think there was a concert that wasn't cringe back in middle school. Alright. Spawning in an upper deck. But is it deck 5 or 6? Place your bets. I don't have any sort of Gamba initiated, but not like we're gonna wait a little while to find out. Kind of feels like it could be deck 6 based on this being like that. The way it's all cornered out. The brute shall get his burrito. Maybe. In this particular run right here. We're going to do the sync glitch to start us out with. Ooh, it worked pretty well. Didn't have to like jump through anything. So that's weird. So it must have been on deck 6 and I fell down in a good enough way. So it must be on deck 5 right here. I don't know. You're gonna lurk. Lurking is a-okay. Shay Frey or something. Good to see you around. Not like monsters have spawned in right now. I don't know what I was worried about. Alright, yeah. I just like to do it just to prove that I can do the sync glitch even if I'm not streaming. Just for the sake of funsies, and it was indeed here on deck 6. Yippee yippee. Why does it sound like I heard Fiend rumbling when we got a brute game going on? Tapey. Cuppy. Caping with the tapey. Zoom. All these corner rooms. And a walkie-talkie. Quite broken. I can see why Jumpfish removed them. Broken as in they can be helpful and not very helpful for their purpose. I see an extinguisher. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna zoom up here, put some stuff into place, come back for an extinguisher. First off, get you down there. Yes. Oh yeah, you need to keep your tape around in case you want to use it on the secondary raft over yonder. Kind of see the edge for it. But it's not something you drop down for so easily. I'm just going to get a bit of a strobe light right here. But not very strobe-y without a fiend. Oh, I hear a brute though. Hey look, another flashlight. The green loop-to-do situation. And more tape. Gotta love more tape. Coming around the corners all around. I should like... okay, actually I survived that, okay. I was pulling back well enough. I survived. I will survive. But now the fun part's gonna be... Okay, I think I'm gonna hit... Look at me just going... Because the thing decided to despawn for a second like it is right now. It's like I just have a broken finger or something. Or hand. Constantly in a position. I'm going to temporarily drop that there. Look at me doing what I do. Yeah. Alright. They're probably mostly aggroed around there. I'm sure there's not going to be one that shows up around here. Until it do. We're at an hour? 54 minutes on recording. I still haven't taken a drink. See how much longer I last. Yeah. This might be the only time I do messing around with the 10 brute situation. It's already making my poor GTX 1080 lag. Yeah, speaking of, I was thinking about trying to get like an RTX. Not necessarily like a 3080 or Ti. Could just do like a 3060. But why not go all out? But also, even still, there might be a little bit of a bottlenecking effect. Like my motherboard may not be way too great to handle everything. I mean, it's good enough for my current Ryzen 7 2700X, but I would like to eventually do better. Whether it's a Ryzen 9, something or other, or whatever would work for me. I hear a big train of death coming my way. Speaking of trains, the Southwest Chief has probably left La Plata, Missouri by now, because I like to watch that. I'm just, yeah, chill right here. Doody-doo. I don't even know if they're coming too close. I mean, for one, I can set down my walkie-talkie and have some fun with that. But who even knows if that will do much in the way of the corralling, and it might very well be a little scroop-a-dooped right here. Alright, let's get some clothes before any further bad stuff happens. Now, the thing is, if I had a fire extinguisher, I could, like, corral them all into, like, one little spot. Let's not be too bunchy about it. I could, like, get spraying and just move around in a sweeping motion. Kind of is the thing for fire extinguishers. Just to hit as many as possible, at least. Of course, coughing's happening now. Just a bit more of a catch my breath situation. Take a drink. Okay. So I did see one kind of at the corner, but he changed course. I don't know why I'm talking about corners so much. Am I like Joni Ives or something? Look at that chord management. Wee-haw. Alright. Out into the wilderness with me. Yeah, hit your steam. So at least no one is not too problematic down there. But we got one coming around the corner. Close along the way. Doing some damage. Knocking down some doors. So let's do some piano. Let's do the cringe rap thing I did back in Metroid Dread finale. I am playing Monstrum here and running from the brutes. Something when you eat you toots. Like eating a burrito and it makes you have the gas. Something. The brutes have got to pass. I'm the best rapper in this game. I'm surprised I haven't mentioned this yet. I came up with like cringe potential rap lyrics for some kind of Metroid rap, whether it's like in the case for a rap battle or a tributary thing for Metroid. I could share it, but I also could not. Some stuff that came to mind. I shared it with my cousin, who kind of partakes in the rap. Maybe not like too seriously, but kind of just like a for funsies thing. So maybe I could workshop a little bit of stuff. He called me the next Eminem about it. Haha. It all started with thinking about Metroid Bread. Banking on the bounty, better call it Metroid Bread. Anyway, we're playing Monstrum here. I mean, it could be like Metroid, all these kind of like on a ship here. A wrecked ship with monsters. I want to give it a once over. You know, I kind of would very much like to grab a fire extinguisher that could help me very much, or I could like loop around, hit a camera up in like deck 8 or 7, then I can jump down just to get them corralled nice and well. But I do not know. Kind of in the danger zone around here. I'm just gonna avoid. Ooh, good thing that is the way. Alright. Just hitting steam over there. I hope I'm not out in the open. Might be one kind of close. Yeah. Yo. Don't be too fast, friend. Fast friends at Ridgemont High. Oh, bad. Big bad. Bad time. Oh, good thing they did all three at that time. Alright, wait for it and go! No one's chasing me right now. It might be a little attracted to this. Kind of out of range right now. But it's like kind of do this glitch where, even though it would like open inward rather instead of, well, I mean, the other way. to where it could glitch you into the wall. Hello, Chain Spool. Hello, Dolly. Let's get on up here. It swings that way. Yeah, I like the way it opens. I mean, like, you can kind of do this and glitch into the wall, but it's been de-petrified. It's been Pachirisu. Even its cry sounds like Pachirisu. I'm high enough, right? Wait for the passage. The rite of passage. You know, depending on how much longer this particular run goes, it might be the last one of the stream. I mean, I could do, like, debug mode messing around, because I hardly haven't been doing that too much in recent streams, and haven't streamed Monstrum in a while in general. In fact, you could say I haven't streamed in a while. It hasn't been like a week, because I streamed Thanksgiving night, and then it's like right after then when I got sick. Gee, I wonder. People have been here for Thanksgiving, and then I was in North Carolina around a lot more people. So there could have been a little bit of contagion of passage. Not necessarily the soup du jour of disease, but could very well just be sinus infection. That is kind of in its end stages, as I have said. Alright, yeah. Ahoy, ahoy. Ahoy. Yeah. So, I knew for sure there's an extinguisher on deck 6. There could be one around here. Don't see one. Just trying to stay out of camera land. Oop, here we got an extinguisher. It's always good to grab as many as possible. Especially with the status quo of situations. The frames are kind of eating dirt right now. Okay. Remember our setup we have. Jump. I do have unbreakable pit traps, so it's like a double-edged sword. Could be good or bad. I can hit it multiple times. I heard like weird sounds of a hunter breaking through something, but can't be happening the way I have stuff. Maybe for Sparky to spawn, you have to have at least one random monster, even if the Sparky isn't necessarily part of the random pool, because I've always been getting a Sparky. Yeah, actually, I've been counting 5 monsters as well. Like if you just at least have Sparky set as one, or enabled, gotta have at least one random monster. If I'm making sense, but if you have that at 0, a Sparky wouldn't spawn. Alright. Mr. Chair, you're going there. I'm going there to get some items. And to get that out of there. Just gotta do my movements. Haven't grabbed an audio log. I haven't grabbed an ideological audio log. Trying to make word play here. Alright, ain't nothing too close, but can't risk it too much, especially with the game just chugging around. Maybe that's the goal. Set your expenses toward an RTX 360 or 3060 rather, or even 3080, whatever I could grab, as long as it would be worthwhile for my motherboard CPU setup. And also I gotta be careful with total drawn power, because I'm not sure. I think my PSU is like 750 watt. Just gonna have to look back on, double check everything, make sure my wattage is fine. It's mainly just cups, nothing particularly grand. I mean, that I can drop off a few things. Yeah, arm's getting a little achy. Kind of just circling around, circling the wagon. Jump. Oh no, I was like not even in it. But of course, things could go strange with everybody running as they are. Game's chugging up. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to stay into this way too long. I mean, I could probably dip down settings. I don't know. Let's try. Let's see if it makes any difference. Keep things as they are. So put that on low. See if that helps. Well, I mean, I want the game to be on full screen. There we go. See if this helps at all. The quality's dipped a little bit, but I'm not sure if the frame rate's way too much better. This almost feels familiar. Like I probably played on medium. I think I've always played on high at least. Alright, that thing's gone because I don't use infinite flashlight power. I just like to have it as a little stroby time. Stroby McGuire. Bullying his way into Doctor Strange's world, possibly. I don't know. Only speculative around here. Can't even read that barely. But I think it makes a decent enough difference. Oh yeah, the main thing I want to do here, while that moves so slowly, I think it's just a frame-based situation. I'm surprised I haven't been too close up until now. Why is that going so slow? Don't know why. And I need a reason. Hello? You want to lower your chain? Let that chain hang low? Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna make a little bit of noise. Just like that. A little bit of psh about it. Only the best ASMR around here. I don't even know if they're like all active that much. I mean, statistically, at least one should be without problem. There's still that tape, and I haven't even climbed up there. The idea is I want to corral them around here. I don't even hear stomping, so none too worried. Currently. Sounds like there's another thing over there, but Wong. Alright. I saw some green flashing. I mean, it could be moving on up in the world. But who knows? Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime, or at least until tomorrow. Gotta quote that verbatim all the time. I should theoretically be attracting all the brutes. And possibly even a Sparky, if it were to be around. I was supposed to say, like, there's one poking his head through there. I'm gonna try to drop off this tape at the top. I can even get up there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know if I really want to stick with this run way too long. See where it goes. And see that little floaty friend. Gotta love that. Just a little artifacting situation that can happen on occasion. Another extinguisher there. But here's the big idea. We're on the second side of that, but let's have a little bit of an arsenal of protection. Okay. Don't really want to be dropping extinguishers because they seem to like break in a weird way. I was paranoid about that. You know what? Let's just be a little testy with it. Eh? See, it's like it just disappears into the world. Into the ether. See any brutes through there? If they're theoretically still hanging out around yonder? I guess not. But yeah. I think I was like starting to make this point and I kind of understand how this works. Because it's like not powered here. Like as you were to see, if I were to try this, it's not going to work. But you need a fuse to get it activated. Even though it looks like there's a fuse, you got to put one into it. Just because it's not really programmed properly. Here, I think I'll try this. Drop that. Hopefully not have danger along the way. Try that. I know, there's probably going to be a problem on the way down. Let them get up to deck 7. Probably gonna keep that door open. Let them be attracted in such a way. I'm sure they have a little bit of movement to make too. Should still be in range right here. Call them up there. I mean, not that the walkies are always the most reliable, like they're making noise, but it's not necessarily a direct caller. Trying to make a gauge for it. Just gonna turn it off in case they theoretically try to break it. Or I could whoop-de-doo it again. Trust it? Nope. Not a chance of that. Not when there's a friend lying about. 1111, make a wish. I wish to get fiber within near future. But does the wish come true when you say it? Not really. It's all... what's the word? Sacrilegious? I'm forgetting the word. Superstitious stuff. He's into superstitions, black cats, and voodoo dolls. Wait, there is a black cat that hangs out, Noodle. I haven't really been talking about him too much. I mean, he practically resides on our property. And yeah, he's kind of entered our house a couple times. But we're not going to be fully considering him our cat. Unless we make something official. In fact, last week, like while we were gone in North Carolina, they did like a TNR, trap neuter release thing with him. Where they got him fixed. And they clipped a little bit of his ear, but that's just like a thing for identification they do, so what can you really do about that? Alright, we got the other gas right here. Let's see if this works. Nope. Coming around the corner, all right. Stuff going on. But what can you do? Surprised I haven't been chased. I mean, it could be a part of the problem with the frames being all clippy. Like sometimes like this, the cameras could like keep on being attracted to you, but they don't actually make noise. They're like boop boop boop. Then it goes boop. Then it goes boop 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 boop. Cutting in and out. I could very well be on track to do an escape. And I do have another fuse where I could... well, I mean, I haven't put it into the sub console. But maybe I'll take it over to the engine room. Just so I can actually mess around with it. Especially with 10 brutes, that'll be super fun. Fuse cutters here on deck 4 crew. Have I marked it? Or are we in deck 3? Fuse cutters. Typing weirdly. I want something tasty, even though I've had a decent fill of food today. Let's see, let's go through the litany of stuff I've eaten today. Try to remember what I had for breakfast. Might have been Pop-Tarts, not sure. Or something that was pre-made-ish. Well, I'm being chased. Chased by the chased, as in the Daredevil thing. Marvel in general. Roar! Hey, look, it's that thing. So I guess I could add that up. I'm just gonna try to make my way to the engine room. Oh, there's a dude over there, though. And here's an extinguisher here. Run! Wait. At least they're all spraying at once, so that helps a little bit. Uh-oh. I'm gonna risk it! Get upstairs, please. Keep moving. Focus. Just go for any open doors you can get without having to risk much of anything. I have a spray used there. Have I used other sprays, or is this the only one I've used? I don't think I've been tracking it properly. way, getting past layers of protection. And here we're just gonna have a little bit of fun. And yeah, I think that one extinguisher did break or maybe glitch to the floor. Didn't really bother looking for things, but historically it seems like they do some sort of soft breakage. Alright, so the fuse goes over here. It's like I'm forgetting how the engine room works. On top of the modding you can do to add a lot more rooms, as we'll see. I think your normal junctions are all the same. Like this one is still number 1, and there's still 3, 4, 2, but then there's like extra numbers in the mix that are separate, their own thing. With your gracious grabbing grubs! It's just like some part of a weird dream I've had. Like I haven't really been having weird sleep talks, like some on occasion, but I do like kind of keep a little bit of a sleep journal if I remember particular dreams. There's another spool, and there's a battery. But one of them was like, I had like a little slew of amnesia dreams for a couple weeks along the times when I was like streaming amnesia. I haven't really been talking about the dreams that much. But there was like one that kind of like almost an owl-oni creature. Like I opened a little thing and it seemed like it was chasing me, but it wasn't really being too dangerous. It was just like creepily walking up against me. Like, are you going to help me? Are you going to be my friend? Are you going to bless me with your gracious grabbing grubs? Something like that, like where it kind of spoke like that. And a little bit of alliteration. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Junction 2 is still the one with the steam room. Alright. Everybody's doing their own thing. In regards to monstrumization. Just to switch up their aggro. I hear rooms being broken. It's probably deck 4, based on where the aggro got changed to. Somebody's hitting steam up there. Just make sure nobody's entering here. One of the dudes. Vamos, the dude. Alright, kind of getting close to me, so. Attraction number 4, before any open this room. Keep the aggro in touch. I think they're still around the steam up there. Alright, switch up the aggro to that. Probably a couple being stuck on each other, so I might want to escape through that way. Can't risk anything. Not at all. Roar. Turn carefully. It's like, why am I not moving up the stairs? Hello? But the game is just loading weirdly. It's all this storage junk. Movement. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to... in fact, I can do deck number 8. I dropped the egg timer. I can do that. Like, I want to aggro them up this way. So... I'm trying to think... Like, do I want to aggro with a camera first? I mean, there's a camera here. I can just put them into this room. I can, like, do it with the... this guy. Maybe put that there. Where it's still in good enough range. Radio as part of the mix. Never a bad idea. So let's do... start just a little bit with the radio. Okay. Just to start up the aggro. And we're just out of range. Let's get close. Is the egg timer already making noise? I heard it go shrimp. Like, what am I holding? I'm just holding it. Nothing. Should be hearing it from here. The mist of the water goes around. The misty effect and effects of Doctor Strange. Do I always have to talk about Doctor Strange now when opening that? Is that going to be a new rule? Or is it only specific for this stream? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll let the place close it as a place marker for escape routes. Just as a semi-completion thing. Alright, are the brutes even around now? Feels like the egg timer should be done by now. So, I'll do some investigation. Well, if they're around. Do it in a moment. Maybe the egg timer's trying to still do some attraction. Do a little bit of that. Bum 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 bum. It's like it's moving most smoothly right now when you're just sitting there. It's like the game's just kind of at a standstill. Whoa! Statistically, one could hop down with me. Haha. I don't even know if it saw me or not. Based on the stair movement. It's like I'm numb to this guy. There could very well be some stuck down here as well, so just be prepared for that. First thing I have to see. Because brutes are known to get stuck, even if it's like the only monster you're playing normally. See it around here. Oh, I thought. Well, I'm in here roaring, so. Statistically. I think he's stuck, but he's just trying to mess around over there. Alright, get the steam disabled, so I did that part of it. Yeah. And there was like, I think, some room that had a pump. I think it was part of glitching and stuff got messed up. Alright, I'm gonna work my way up as far as possible. I mean, there's all these rooms in here. I'll do some exploring for the time being. Oh, give me another fuse. Yeah, use it for the sub-escape. Bank-a-dink-a-dink. Yeah, I'm not exactly banking on escaping. I'm just trying to see what all can be done. What if there's something important around here? The game feels so low poly now. Almost like we're playing some kind of 2012 Unity game. Even though pixelated horror games are kind of their own thing. Yeah, you're all bunched over there. Okay. I know, come on. Two, make sure I'm hitting the right number. Come on, aggro. Nope. Spray. I know. Should probably abandon this one I have. I don't know. Jump up the freaking stairs, dude. I don't know. Yeah, you're there. You exist. And there we go. We're out of here. Okay, it's 11:24 p.m. I think it just rolled over to that. Almost an hour and a half to the stream. I don't think there's really any particular need to do an extended game in any sort of way. I mean, I could mess around with debug, but I think we're pretty sufficient for tonight. Well, solid almost hour and a half. And I'd kind of like to be in bed a little bit earlier than my usual 2 to 3 a.m. kind of situation. Partially because of me still having like 5% sickness. Surprised I haven't had to nose my blow at all. Know my blows. But while we're still on stream here, I'm going to change it back up my quality. Right there. Excuse me. Very high. V-sync and everything. Do I want that on? Yeah, I'll turn that off. I'll keep it off. I'm going to take the day off. SpongeBob and China. Comrade Sponge. All those on. Alright, yeah. This stream has been a fun one. I thank y'all for watching it. There will always be more streams, whether it's Monstrum, Monstrum 2. I mean, I haven't even played that game itself for a while. But there's been a lot of updates. I could very well just give it a little try. I mean, there's always the problem of actually being able to get people online. because it's not the most popular game compared to another one like Dead by Daylight, maybe. But it's worth a shot. It's not like it hasn't been fun the times I've played it. But otherwise, let's see. Like, part of me has wanted to do a Mario Odyssey run, because that's been a possibility. I mean, we could very well be getting our fiber internet eventually anyway. There's been like an email my mom got. It's like, hey, we're getting closer and closer. I mean, kind of already talked about how the cables are hung on the power lines. It's just a matter of getting a call from a representative and scheduling our actual installation. Because I'm sure, like, my little area is like ready. It's not sure if like the fiber is actually blown through the floor, the ground, or if all the proper conduit stuff is set up. The whole process of fiber installation. And we're even going to try to work through the weather, which hasn't really been too bad. I mean, yeah, we're kind of in for some rain maybe in a couple days. Yeah. It's like these first couple days of December have been better than the past couple months. I mean, we've already had a little bit of snow, nothing way too bad. Just enough that would melt after a couple hours, essentially. Or it's an overnight thing. Because, like, that's kind of been my thing. It's like, I want to do higher quality games, so to speak, like Xenoblade or Mario Odyssey, even though I've already streamed Xenoblade and I've done Metroid Dread on my current internet setup. Just like a matter of actually doing higher bitrate on the stream itself and doing 1080p 60 FPS. I'm like doing 720p 60 here, but upscaling the recording to 1080, mainly because I don't really want to change around my overlays, because I have it set for 720. Then if I do to 1080, I have to like resize everything to accommodate, and it might be a bit of a pain. I don't know, I could probably get it figured out. There's like a lot of scenes I'd have to do it for though, so that itself is a pain. Enough talking about that. Yeah, I think that's about all there is to it. I will be doing more streams, I will be doing videos. I mean, yeah, if I want to do Mario stuff, I probably want to finish, Mario 3D Land, because kind of did that in January of this year. Kind of just put a pin in it. I mean, yeah, it's like the special world levels are kind of remixes of what has already been done. Then there's the whole replaying certain levels with Luigi, pretty much all levels for the Golden Flag Bowl, but yeah, might have to do some clerical work when it comes to that. Kind of do some rewatching, make sure I don't like replay certain levels, even though you can already tell by level completion. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit around and talk way too much. I thank y'all for coming to the stream. There will be more. Or there could be less. Fewer. Look at the dragon thing. They didn't like get too big of a look. But yeah, let's just get some reminders. All the way zoomed out stuff. I don't know. I could play Psychonauts 2 tonight. I could do... I'm not even clicking stuff. Why am I doing that? Almost prototype Sparky. But kind of morphed over to the brute. Oh yeah. Enough of the stream. I thank you for watching. There will be more. I keep on repeating myself. And until the next stream, the next video, the next anything at all, do not toast yourself, and remember to keep on sparking it up. Spark this. Take a breather with the briefer in your lungs. I got grapes. What you watching, son? I'm gonna watch how I eat smoothies or something. Either way, yeah. See you recording. Blah blah.